Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video, and today it's going to be one of my usual sort of ramble videos, but what can I say? I like a bit of a ramble. Anyway, so if things are a bit different, that's because I'm no longer using HitFilm Express. I'm trying out a new video editor. I'm going to see how it gets on. I'm not going to name what it is until I either stay with it or get rid of it. Either way, I'm making myself with a new video editor, so things are going to be different. Also, it means I can do several cuts of my voiceovers, which means I don't have to do it one long thing. This is really nice. But yeah, this is cool. I'm kind of happy and more cheerful and that lot. So anyway, what is our background footage today? Background footage today is, well, Cold War Zombies, because honestly, I play zombies too much, okay? Don't judge me. I can't help it. I really do enjoy playing zombies. It's good, alright? Like, what else can I say? It's just really good, it's well refined, and yeah, and it's pretty. So, as you may have probably noticed, things have been a little bit different. So, things that have happened lately is videos aren't going up as consistently as you may be used to or may like. And that's mainly because there's been a lot of things going on, like actual stuff going on in life. For example, I have got new monitors, which I've been sorting out slowly and planning on prepping them for a video. I've got a whole new audio setup now. I don't mean for like working setup, I mean a fun audio setup. I've mentioned it with the subwoofer, and that's now completely working. It's just, there's a lot of stuff sort of going on in the background, which means my ability to make videos is a little bit slower than usual. But I am, like I said, sort of trying to go ahead and offset that with the factor of having a brand new if I can speak today, a brand new video editor that should hopefully also speed things up, because, hey, Humble Bundle is pretty damn nice at times, so, hey, that's what we're doing. Let me know what you think about it. If you think it is a terrible video editor, or things aren't as clear as you're used to, let me know. Of course, stuff is going to be in 1080p, because that's what I normally do. Well, normally do for gaming videos. I actually might try doing this out at 4K, because hey, this thing is ridiculously fast. Like, when I was just doing my general just test, let's see how it does without a voiceover and just encode stuff, this is well over twice as fast as my usual encoding speed, so this has got me hopeful. Like, throw this in with Handbrake, this might be a really good combination for like really fast, quickly encoded footage. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, so I've gotten a pair of new monitors. Now, I was debating on what I can go ahead and save my money for this month, because, you know, things are what they are, and it's been a bit there. It's been kind of boring, because a lot of stuff just has either not been in stock, or the price just has been too high, or some other reason why I couldn't get something that I actually genuinely wanted to get. So instead, I decided to finally splurge and get myself a couple of new monitors. Now, there's a few reasons for this. Mainly, my neck freaking kills. I know this sounds like a bit of a complaint, but most of the time, I'm either craning my neck up to look at the top left monitor in order for like chat and that lot, or if I just want to play a game and I don't want to use my main screen, it's up there. It's kind of annoying, it is what it is. Or, if I'm not, craning my neck up, and then craning my neck to the side, because, that's, my desk is here. My TV is off to the right hand side of me, so it makes it kind of inconvenient. It's not brilliant, it's not terrible, but it is what it is, so yeah. What can I say? It's kind of annoying, but on the other hand, I have come up with a solution. I have now got two brand new displays. So the one that was in the top left, I've now replaced the old TV that I used to have there for ages, and I mean for ages. And that is now being replaced with a 144Hz monitor. Well, kind of running it at 120Hz, because I don't think it likes the HDMI cable that I'm using. It does work at 144Hz, I have tried it, it's just, it doesn't like that HDMI cable, so I'm having to limit it to 120. It kind of sucks, but no big deal. But my main one now, like main one for work, recording, most of that stuff, is now in the bottom left. So that's pretty great, aka right at my desk, as in I'm looking straight at it. I'm not having to crane my neck one way, I'm not having to crane my neck the other way, I'm not having to crane it up or down, I'm just looking straight on ahead. It makes it kind of ideal for like first person shooters, or anything that means that I'm going to be using the keyboard and mouse, which means I don't have to awkwardly rotate my body. It means I can just sit here, play games. Bob's your uncle. No problems. It's great. It's actually generally really nice. And this one is also a 1080p. I mean, I was going to go for a 4K one, but it's like... This has got a really good feel on it. I have changed my mind. I will go for 1080p because this is also 144 Hz. And honestly, I can't complain. Like, granted, yeah, the resolution is a little low. That is a genuine complaint, but outside of that, it's really not much to complain about. It's really nice. Because, you know, it's just, it's pretty. You know, you've got this honestly really nice, it's an IPS panel, so the colours are pretty accurate. There isn't too much smearing that I've noticed, you know, with like overdrive of pixels, which is pretty nice. And on top of that, it's a huge increase from like having no display down here, which is like hitting my neck, but also it's having a display that's well over 60 Hz. It is fast as hell. And honestly, when you're playing something like first-person shooter, like say Cold War Zombies, which I've been playing an absolute ton of, like an uncomfortable amount, which I'm not going to get into. It's honestly really great. I'm going to be doing a video on it as well as the other monitors that I've ordered, but you know, it's nice. So that's a fun thing that's happened lately. And also with the audio, oh, that has been just... It's one of those cases where it's not really... I've gotten too many new things, it's just a matter of sorting it out so it's functional and it works for what I want. Now, what I actually mean by that is more of the layout of things, because, you know, you've got this brand new piece of kit. You need to, one, place it somewhere that's ideal, but two, also place stuff around it that works pretty well. Now, the first big challenge was actually getting it up and running, because, you know, new cables and that lot it's kind of a pain. Like the video I'm going to be doing on it, it's probably going to be a little bit delayed before it comes out, because there's a few more things that I do need to sort before it's ready. So that's not fun. But most of this has just been, one, getting the new cable so it's actually, one, functional, two, not so loud that it's deafening the rest of the stuff that I'm using, because obviously I've got an additional set of speakers. And then it's a matter of working out where it's going to sit and where everything is going to sit in relation to it. Like, a lot of this has been, okay, I have a network switch, obviously, because, you know, I've got multiple systems, I've got a lot of stuff that I do here, and if you can't put, you know, the stuff that you're working on in an ideal location, you have a bit of a problem. Like, a genuine bit of a problem. And that problem for me in my case has been the factor of, where the frick do I put this thing? So what I ended up realising is that, okay, so the subwoofer has got some feet on the bottom bit. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We will try and raise those feet. So, essentially, you know how a lot of my old videos have had strips and that lot? Well, I kind of turned all the strips into basically standoffs. As in just folding out the paper so they make a little bit bigger than the actual feet that's on the subwoofer, so you know it doesn't slide off them or want to come off them. It doesn't compress too much. Put them underneath one of each feet of the subwoofer, put the entire thing on that, and then just slide my network switch underneath. Like, it's kind of silly, but on the other hand, it works really well. My network switch is now fully accessible. It's not tucked away in the back somewhere where you can't really get to it. You can get to the cables. You can, you know, even pull the cables and change them over, because obviously most of my cables are actually flight cables, which means I can go ahead and just tuck them underneath the network switch's feet, which is what I've gone and done. So if I need to, say, change a cable from one to the other port for whatever reason I might need to, or I need to put in a new cable, it's relatively easy to do so. And so that's pretty nice, and it's pretty ideal. But yeah, I'm honestly just... I'm happy with it, because it sounds freaking amazing. Like, when you start listening to music, you start listening. It's not so out of how you've got, you know, you've got some music in the background. Because of the bass that's on it, it's not so heavy that it muddies the rest, but it is proper chest thumping, and it's just the kind of thing that just makes you want to get up and start dancing. Kind of difficult when you're disabled, but outside of that, it's so much fun. Like, honestly, I can see why some people might be annoyed, because obviously it's a little bit loud. You know, it's kind of a given when you're using something that is literally a 15-inch speaker. And it does make the floorboards vibrate and pump through the house, but on the other hand, when you're in here, holy hell, it is just so lively. It's insane. The music quality is right up there. It sounds brilliant, and honestly, I can't complain. It's just absolutely wonderful, especially when you get like a proper bass-heavy song. You know, what would be like a good example of this? Heck it, because I grew up in the noughties and that lot. Let's say Selfie. Yeah, by Chainsmokers. It's a stupid song. It's so it's just so boring. It's a terrible song. But it's got a lot of bass. When you start playing that song, you know you're playing that song. Your neighbours know you're playing that song. It is a lot of fun. Like, it's really hard not to bounce along with it, because it's just... You've essentially got this huge bass bin sat right beside you. It's wonderful. It's probably a little annoying to other people, but it's wonderful when you're the person that's listening to it. And we don't mind about other people, because they don't exist. Well, they do exist, but let's just pretend they don't, because when you're having fun, that's all that matters. I probably sound really selfish right now, like a massive narcissist. I'm not. I swear I'm not. I'm just trying to justify this thing, okay? But yeah, so that's a hecking lot of fun. I'm trying to think what else has actually been going on lately. Okay, so anyway. I have just realised something else. So, you know Big Sky, so I kind of did a video on it, and if you did watch the video completely, you may have noticed my little footnote in it. Here's the thing, Big Sky's in a bit of a bad state. Like, it works, which is a charitable way to put it. I mean, electronically, it works perfectly fine. All the stuff still works. Somehow, the display still works. Somehow. I emphasize on the somehow here. But essentially what happened is, as you may possibly remember, I got a new chair. I finally got myself a Herman Miller a few months ago. It's a great little chair, but the thing about the back of it is that it sort of goes up into a sort of V shape. You know, it follows where your shoulder blades would be, and it means that when you're leaning back in it, you've still got a bit of wiggle room that you can go either side while still having something to lie back on. Now that's perfectly well and good when you're careful and you don't have stuff that sticks out. Not so well and good when you turn around to look at your subwoofer, you turn to your TV and you don't realise that you're going to knock your entire TV, not your TV, your entire PC even, flying off your desk. Yeah, so what essentially happened was exactly what I just said, and to put it nicely, Big Sky didn't like that, because it fell off my desk, it bounced off my printer, and then it smashed onto the floor, and it was not pretty. Like, granted, it works. Granted, I've mostly fixed it now, but it's like, yeah, not good. Really not good. I might throw a couple of pictures on. I kind of don't want to, because I don't want to put PC gore on here. it's kind of, it was cruel. Like, the entire front panel had just come off, as well as the panel on the front of the optical, on the actual optical disc drive, because it's got a little panel that sits on the front of that, you know, to cover it, so it can be changed out to fit whatever it is the outside of what it's going in on. It didn't like that. It really did not like that. So it kind of went flying onto the floor. I spent probably the most part of that day taking it apart, inspecting the damage, seeing if there are any components that are damaged. Luckily, it doesn't look like any of the components were damaged. Somehow the graphics card didn't yank itself out of its slot. It literally just hit the floor and did mostly cosmetic damage. Like, front panel came off. The actual inside chassis, because it's sort of the way it works, it's got an exterior panel which then wraps around the interior chassis itself, and the interior chassis sort of bent badly. Like, pretty badly on the front and on the top, which is kind of incredible considering that there was no dents on the outside, which means that what probably happened was that it must have hit probably on the corner or on the edge of front panel in such a way that it managed to go ahead and compress and bend the inside chassis when it did so before the front panel then broke off. Yeah, it's not pretty. It works now. It still runs. It's just, you kind of get anxious when something like that happens, especially when it's got a very expensive hard drive in it, which, you know, if you're anybody that does know even the tiniest bit about tech, hard drives aren't known for their resilience for dropping, mainly because when you drop a hard drive, they tend to break completely. Luckily it didn't, so I didn't have to end up replacing an 8 terabyte drive. But yeah, this was not a fun time. I'm glad that it works as it is, but yeah, so that is something that also has happened recently. I am so lucky it didn't break. Like, I'm laughing right now, but I'm also crying because it could have been very, very bad. But yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit of a turbulent week. Turbulent week. Things are probably going to still be going on for quite a while, so like I said, uploads are still probably going to be a little bit scattered, few and far between. I'm still going to be making videos, of course. It's just they might be a little less frequent than you might be accustomed to or actually like. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that's happening. So I guess that's why I'm going to go ahead and call the video, because I don't... Actually, no, I'm not going to call the video here because I want to show something off first. Because, fun fact, did you know that the coffin dance is in Cold War? Okay, so you may have noticed I've been running around trying to shoot these blue orbs. For some reason, occasionally they decide to just not register when you're shooting them, because, of course, why would they register when you're shooting them when shooting them is the thing that triggers them? But there are 5 orbs in this particle accelerator room that as you shoot one by one, we're going to go ahead and shoot the one by the chair now, which should be the last one, I think, so I think I've already done the rest. Just skip back through the video to see it. We're going to kill this zombie because otherwise, well, he'll just get despawned when this happens anyway. We'll do that. All of a sudden, we get teleported somewhere. Where did we get teleported? Why? Straight into a coffin dance. Like, no joke. This is literally the coffin dance meme. I'm just... Freaking Treyarch put in a coffin dance meme. Anyway, I guess this is where I'm actually going to call the video on this rather uplifting note. So, yeah, anyway. Like the video, like it, dislike it, dislike it. Any thoughts or questions, leave them in my comments down below. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, Twitch, Facebook, and Discord page, all of which you can find in the description down below. Particularly that Patreon, I kind of need to repair stuff. I'm silly, okay? Hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more content from me. As always, this is the 117th Con, signing off. Stay safe out there, folks. I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, ta-ra!